Yo guys, how's it going, and welcome back to another video. And today we are starting the My Team career mode. This is the brand new feature that got introduced last year, but they've brought it back again for this year, bigger and better. So we're going to start off in our very own team and basically start in one of the worst cars, and we basically manage everything. We get to pick drivers, who we want our teammate to be, our engine supplier. We can customize our whole car, our whole suits as well. They've also got some other new features as well, like this one here. As you can see, I'm going through the settings now, so you can customize how much team acclaim you can get and stuff. This is just basically sort of how you sort of progress through the rankings and stuff, and how much money you earn and things like that, and how much you want to develop your car and stuff, which I think is pretty cool. But I left everything at default, as this is my first time doing a career mode episode for YouTube, so I didn't want to make it too hard for myself. I wanted to make it entertaining for you guys still. And then here, just going through some of the other settings as well. You've got a new safety car feature now as well, where you can make the safety car more regular. But again, I just wanted to leave it standard. I still wanted to make it fairly realistic. From here, just making the weather sort of random, so that means obviously we might get some rain, it might be dry for some races. Running at 100 AI as well. If it is a bit too easy, and I do find it's a bit too easy, I will up that a little bit. But again, just because it's for YouTube, I wanted to make sure that it wasn't too hard, because obviously I didn't want to make the episodes boring for you guys. And I've also collected the icons drivers as well.
Welcome to My Team. Here you'll experience the world of Formula One, not only as a driver, but as the owner of a brand new F1 team. First things first, let's create your driver.
Right, so we're about to create our driver. So I wanted to stick with the same skin, the character skin, the face. You can see you can't actually customize eyes and stuff. But just going through the general details now. So obviously my first name Jordan, last name Masterman. As you guys know, that's sort of where my YouTube name initiated from, if you didn't know. Just selecting our audio name now. So this is the name that the commentator will say during like sort of the race grid and everything. Unfortunately there's no Jordan, so I'm gonna have to go with James, my middle name. And I decided to go with 21 as well, because that's mine and Holly's anniversary.
And now, let's focus on your drivers.
Okay, so here we are going through some of the customization for your sort of driver, so your outfit that you'll be running throughout the career mode and stuff. So like your helmet, the suit, the gloves, and everything like that. As you can see there, I've already created a helmet for this career mode. I was going to go with the other suit just above the one I selected, but for this career mode I wanted to change it up a little bit. I wasn't too happy with it, so I thought I'd customize it myself. I'm going for a black and gold theme as well, if you couldn't tell already. Kind of like the colour combination there, and as Renault aren't in the sport anymore, I thought it'd be a nice colour combination and bring it back into the sport. So yeah, so that's the colours we're sort of going to be running. Just selecting my gloves here. Again, already done. I thought they went quite nicely with the suit that I've got. Just a standard character pose, just arms in front. And this is the selector and emote. So this is where you can see like the podium celebrations and stuff. And this is new, the victory radio call, where you can hear your driver say the different team radios, which I think are awesome.
Thank you.
Just going through some of them now. Just, it's so cool that we've got this in the game now. But I decided to go with the woohoo. Kind of reminds me of Sebastian Vettel.
Great. Now let's set up some of the key details of your new team. We'll start with an easy one. What name would you like to give the team?
So for my team name, I am going with JJ Master Racing. I feel like it's nice and slick and works well.
Nice. Now, some kind of income stream is critical, so we need to sign a primary sponsor. Our primary sponsor will pay a signing bonus to the team up front. This is vital to cover the early investments we need to make. They will also provide valuable weekly income for us. Each sponsor has a goal they want the team to achieve. If we hit that goal, the sponsor will pay us an additional goal bonus.
So here we go. This is our main sponsor choice now. So this is basically where you can pick a sponsor for the year, and you have a target. Well, each sponsor has a different target, and you basically, if you hit that target, you can get the bonus for the whole season, and you can basically develop it on your car or get a new teammate or something like that. So just going through some of the ones here now. A lot of them I felt were quite achievable. I felt like there was some good ones for our first season that we could dive into, but the one that stood out to me the most was Echo, this one here. So all we had to do for this season is get 2 points finishes in an entire season.
Fantastic! Now we've got a budget to work with. Our car won't be going anywhere fast without a power unit. So let's sign a power unit supplier now. We need both performance and durability from our power unit, but we also need to balance the books. We're going to have a lot of other areas to invest our cash into.
So now we have to pick an engine for our team. So each engine has a different engine performance and durability. So we don't want to go anything too big or too little, so I decided to go with Honda.
We almost have all the key partners for our team now, but we still need a teammate for you. These are the drivers available to be your first teammate. They all have their own strengths and weaknesses, so consider everything when deciding who to hire. Drivers earn acclaim based on their performances. When a driver earns enough acclaim, they will level up. The higher a driver's level, the more acclaim they will earn for their current team. And remember, the faster the team levels up, the faster our income will increase. The higher a driver's experience, the more resource points are earned to spend on vehicle upgrades. Racecraft is the driver's skill to effectively complete overtakes when opportunities arise. Awareness shows the driver's ability to avoid errors and incidents. Pace describes the driver's ability to set competitive lap times. Focus represents the driver's current form and state of mind. Rating is a summary of the driver's overall skill level.
So here we go then, we're going to pick our teammate now for the season. Obviously these guys are all from F2, so none of them are going to be like standout performances or anything like that. But again, didn't want to go for anything too expensive because obviously we want to sort of invest our money as much as possible. And obviously we don't want to use it in the first few minutes of the game. But I decided to go with Dan Ticknam. He's obviously British as well and has some good overall stats.
Looks like we can afford this power unit supplier and teammate. Go ahead and confirm if you're happy. Let's create the livery we'll be running this season. We can add more sponsors to the car as we sign them throughout the year. And don't worry, we can edit our look at any time from HQ.
So now for the livery, this is the important part. I always like to have a cool looking car. So this is the livery that we're going to be running. I'm just going to change obviously the colours to match obviously the theme of the team. And that's the logo in the background there as well, just planted on the wall. I thought it was quite nice. Looks like a sort of apex or sort of curve, so I decided to go with that. But that is the car for this season. A nice black and gold look. And this is another new feature as well. You can have like stickers on the halo now as well. And I decided to go with Michael Schumacher's saying.
Last but not least, we need to consider our brand, our badge, and team colours.
So yeah, like I mentioned, I've already got the badge, but I had to reselect it for some reason. It didn't automatically save, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, like he said, it's I decided to go with that one because it was sort of like a bit of a curb, and it also kind of reminded me of the F1 logo a little bit as well, which I thought was quite nice. So just changing it back to the way it was at the moment. You can also edit the different sort of styles you can have on it, so you can have like different variations of it, which I think is pretty cool. Obviously, you know, me being a graphic designer and all, I thought it was quite nice to have that feature, just making everything stand out as much as possible. This is why I love like customizing things and stuff, because it was a pretty cool thing to have in the game. And there we go. So just going through the team colours now. So this is what's going to show up on the actual Grand Prix and stuff. So you'll have like a team name.
Great. That's everything we need. You can go back and edit anything we've done so far, and we'll come back here at the start of each season. But if you're ready to go, hit advance to head to the Team HQ. We can start our push to the top of Formula One.
That sounds like a plan. Let's do this.
Hello folks, and welcome to this, a very special edition of Paddock Pass. As you can see, there's no pit lane behind me, and as you can hear, no roar of engines, and that's because they've set me free from the F1 paddock to escape here to the countryside and to the headquarters of Formula One's newest team. Now, it's not every day we get to pull back the curtain and look behind the scenes at an F1 team. Rarer still that we get to talk not only to the team owner, but also the team's lead driver. But what makes this place extra special is that the owner and lead driver are one and the same person. Now, it's been an interesting 12 months, and we all know a number of the regulation changes which were due to come into effect this year have been delayed until next. Some, though, are still seeing the light of day, amongst them the all-important budget cap, which gives some of the smaller teams a little further down the order, potentially, the opportunity to compete with the bigger teams. Good for them, but great for us as viewers. But what does our new team owner think about these new rules? Do they see them as a challenge, a hurdle that needs to be overcome? Perhaps they see them as an opportunity to disrupt the status quo, a chance to come out swinging and to carve their name into Formula One history. Well, I had the opportunity to ask them these very questions just earlier today, and here's what they had to say. Well, first of all, thanks so much for inviting us here today. It's been wonderful to see behind the scenes. As you might expect, I've got about 1 million questions, so let's jump straight in. It's been a long time since we last saw a team owner take their own car onto the track, and the sport's changed enormously in the intervening years. How are you going to handle the responsibilities of both managing and driving for a Formula One team? Let's talk about your teammate. Now, it's clear they're excited to have signed with you, but tell me, what is it that you think they bring to the team? So you've obviously been putting a lot of work into the car. I know it's early days, but how do you expect it to feel out there? Most of the other teams can boast years of experience in Formula One. Where do you see the opportunities to make those vital performance gains you need to put you within reach of the other cars? Ultimately, your success this season is going to come down to whether you can take positions from the other drivers. What is it about your car that's going to give you that edge in those? And finally, with so many specialist departments working together here at your head. Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been wonderful to get an insight from you and, of course, to see around the headquarters. Thank you for today. Really appreciate it. And thank you all at home for watching as well. We'll see you very soon.
It's important to use the time between races to the fullest extent. That's where these activities come in. Manage everyone's time as efficiently as possible to maximize the team's performance.
So there we go, we met Will Buxton, had an interview with him, and now here we are at the main menu of the sort of career mode hub. So there's a lot to dive into here, but I'll talk you through it slowly for those who are sort of new to the F1 game and everything. So this is basically where you can get different activities for the team and stuff. You also have some messages throughout the team as well, just telling you what's what. So yeah, with the activities, you basically can sort of tell the team on what you want to focus on, where you want to sort of focus on the performance of the second driver, the stats of the actual team, the performance of the power unit, aerodynamics, chassis or durability of the car. So it's just a cool way of just doing different things, really. These are the facilities for each department, so you also have personnel and marketing as well. So that's basically where you can sort of upgrade parts where they don't fail as much, or you can do quicker build time, or it doesn't cost as much for each part and things like that. This is sort of like the durability section of each of the power units, so how much wear you've got on the power unit or something like that. These are our sponsors. You open those up obviously as you go along. And this is the driver market, so this is where you can sort of get different teammates when you have enough money and stuff, and you can sort of watch them and approach them whenever you want, obviously when you have enough money. And as you can see, I've got some of the Icon drivers there as well. So I got the DLC version of the game, which means it comes with 7 Icon drivers. So it's Michael Schumacher, Ayrton Senna, Alan Prost, Nico Rosberg, Jenson Button, David Coulthard and Felipe Massa, I believe, are the 7 that come with the game, which I think is pretty cool. I'm sort of hoping to get Jenson Button or David Coulthard at one of the points in the career mode, which I think will be awesome. Here you can see how much you're sort of spending and everything. We can also customize anything of the car, and that's the standing there as well, but obviously we haven't really done anything yet in terms of actual racing or anything. So we're going to advance time now and get to the car reveal. So this is basically just the activities, your weekly income, and see how much is going out. But let's go to the car reveal. And there she is, the Season 1 challenger of this brand new Mighty in Career Mode. I'm so excited for this, guys. You have no idea. Obviously, you guys know I'm a massive Formula 1 fan, but have this opportunity now to create content properly in this way is just incredible. So excited for this career mode. I hope you guys are as well. If you are, please do give this video a thumbs up. So once again, just advance in time, and then we're just going to go over to the R&D screen now as well. So this is where we can sort of upgrade our car to make our car better. The practice programs that we do in the sessions, sort of, the more resource points we earn, we'll also get a deduction on certain areas as well. So that one, just for example, costs that amount. If we do the practice program for that area, we can maybe get a discount on some of the ones that we want. So. And these are the facilities as well, so this is what I was telling you about. So you can sort of spend your money on things that you want to develop. So for example there, I did quality control, so it means that it basically won't fail as much when it comes to upgrading. So here we are on the main menu for the career mode. So this is where we can go to different sessions and things like that as well. And we are ready to head into our first race weekend for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Hey boss, this is Jeff. Just wanted to say thanks for trusting me as your race engineer. I won't let you down. The car is ready to go, but it's brand new of course, so there may be a few issues here and there. We'll be keeping a close eye on all the data.
So here we go, in the garage for our first race weekend. So these are the practice programs, so we have 3 to contend with. It's race strategy, track acclimatization and fuel management. So the development boosts there are the things I was telling you about, so you can sort of go on different discounts for each department. So if I want to sort of do a discount on the engine power, I can do a practice program on the engine power, and then that will discount the resource points, so it won't be as much basically when I want to sort of upgrade it. So I like that feature, and I also like they've also added quick practice in now as well, so I'll explain that a little bit later on in the video. I've also just loaded up a setup as well. Setups are very important on Formula 1 games. So yeah, let's get out on track and see what this thing can do.
Okay, the track is green right now, so take a few laps to get the tyres up to temperature. Try and feel your way around.
And that's what we'll do. Firing up the engine for the first time, gloves on the steering wheel, and we head out for our very first time. And obviously I'm not expecting anything big coming to this weekend. Obviously, you know, we've literally just started, so we'll take it step by step. But yeah, loving the livery, loving the theme of the car. Obviously I'm not sure how many seasons I'll do on this either, but I'll obviously switch up the livery and stuff for future seasons if we do them. But just skipping to the end of practice there as well, just didn't really want to show too much of practice because practice isn't that important, but I just did one run on the medium tyre. We finished 19th, which wasn't too bad. I think we're like the 3rd worst car at the moment, so we're not last in the rankings, which is good. And then this is the quick practice that I was telling you guys about. So it's just basically a much better way of sort of conserving time. So if you don't want to do a full session and go driving around the track, you can just do the quick practice session, and then the AI driver will sort of do it for you, which I think is a brilliant feature, especially when doing YouTube videos as well. It just saves you so much time in doing that sort of thing. So just showing you now, so I've just selected the 50% chance, and the AI driver has failed it, so that means I don't get the 100 resource points or the development boost for the engine power, unfortunately. So we're gonna try the rear downforce one now, and we managed to get that. So now we're going to get a discount on the rear downforce for, well, the next time we want to upgrade that part of the car. But yeah, I just love this feature. It's such a good feature, so easy, and I think this is definitely what the F1 game needed. And once again, failing the engine power, so the AI driver definitely doesn't want me to get any engine power upgrades on the car for some reason. And then yeah, just getting another 100 points, 100 resource points, and unfortunately not able to do the 50% rate there. But that's quick practice. Thought it'd be nice to show you that. And now heading in to qualifying. So here we go then, for our first qualifying session of the season. Tensions are quite high, nerves are kicking in. But nevertheless, we're going to try our best. Like I said, I'm not expecting for anything big, but we'll try our hardest. Try not to be last, at least. I think that's our primal target at the moment. But here we go for our first lap on the F1 2021 game in qualifying. Going down towards turn 1. The car didn't feel too bad, actually. With Will Buxton as well, some of the things you sort of say and do, you can basically get other... well, you can get certain parts of the car to be developed before you've even sort of gone onto the track, which is nice. So the aerodynamics, the engine power and the durability have all got about 4 or 5 upgrades between them, which I didn't think was too bad. So the car didn't feel too bad. Obviously it's still a dog of a car compared to some of the other cars on the grid, but nevertheless, like I said, we're not the worst car. We've still got a long way to develop, but just going through the lap now, completely mounted that curve there. I really feel like the curves on this game are lethal. Absolutely lethal. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the first Breaking Point episode, but honestly, they are absolutely lethal, and especially on some of the ones sort of auto spin curves like that one there I just went through with the right hander. If you touch that, you're literally dead. So do not touch that if you ever play this game. And there's also a few other ones as well, but you just got to sort of be careful with the throttle, with the braking. It's much more of a simulator now, I'd say, this game. But coming out of the last corner, it wasn't a fantastic lap. Like I said, it's just sort of a banker just to see where the car is on 1 lap pace, and we do a 1:28, I think it was. So not a fantastic lap, 1:28.4. But yeah, so not a fantastic lap. But like I said, it was just my first run, and now we're going out again. This is my I think final run in Q1. We are 21st at the moment, but coming up to the line, we are up by about 0.8 of a second, and we go P16, which I was not expecting at all. Quite a bit ahead of my teammate as well. Obviously, he's in the same car as me. But yeah, very happy with that. And we just miss out on Q2 there. Missing out literally by like a couple of tenths. So I will definitely take that for my first qualifying session in this car. Dan Ticktum as well, just behind me in P18 as well. And we are, yeah, both ahead of both Hasses and Williams, which is very positive for us. So yeah, but that's it for qualifying. Now let's get into the race itself.
No more testing,
No more practice. This is the real deal. And it's make or break here at round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities. It could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakhir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some points during the Grand Prix. A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice. They've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Verstappen, Lando Norris and Ricciardo, Vettel, Stroll, Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Yuki Tsunoda and Ocon, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, James and Daniel Ticktum, Mick Schumacher, Russell, Mazepin and Nicholas Latifi. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So here we are on the grid for our first Grand Prix. As you can see here, we are going for the one-stop strategy today, medium to hard. And just lowering the fuel a little bit as well. Obviously there's no fuel changing in this game as well, so obviously the new rule for F1 is you can't change your engine settings anymore in the race. But 5 red lights are on and we are away for our first Grand Prix. It was a bit of an iffy start, but Dan Ticktum got off to an absolute flyer there, but for us we're already down to P20. We're trying to make up as many positions as we can into turn 1, going around the outside of a few of the Alpines there, trying to make the best of it. Dan Ticktum is already up into about 13th position, so what a start from him. We're now going side by side with Ocon up into P4, overtake on, and we managed to get him nearly cruising into the back of Fernando Alonso there, but just managing to survive on this first lap. And yeah, not a bad start. P15, we've made one position from our grid spot, so I'll definitely take that coming into this Grand Prix. So now it's all about sort of just managing the tyres, managing the fuel, and just seeing what this car is capable of. Because like I said, I don't think we're going to be fighting for points in this first Grand Prix. Let's be honest. So we'll take our time, see where we end up. Moving to the end of lap 2 now. Lewis has just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix as we have a yellow flag. Not sure what that was for. I think it was for one of the Williams or the Haas drivers, I'm not sure, but anyway, glossing over that. DRS has been enabled on this lap now, so it always enables on lap 3. And yeah, I think I think 2 cars have gone into the pits, so we've got a Williams and a Haas car. I think one of the Williams actually retired, so that's a bit of a shame for them, but nevertheless, for our race, we're just trying to catch on to the back of Fernando Alonso here. Dan Ticktum still keeping behind Fernando Alonso, but Alonso there going for a move on our teammate. We're trying to sort of catch up onto this battle and see what we can do. So I think now Dan sort of struggling for pace at the moment, it seems. Cruising up to the back of him here, opening the DRS as well. We are in with range of that 1 second window, but we are sort of keeping up pace with Alonso, and that is Lance Stroll parked on the right hand side of the track, and now we have a safety car. So it is all kicking off here in the lap 4 of this Bahrain Grand Prix. Bit of a shock for me, and obviously so early in the Grand Prix I didn't really know what to do, but I decided to pit. So we're going to come in for a set of the soft tyres. I did it a little bit late there, so that's why I didn't even go into the sort of lane for the pit lane there, but nevertheless we're going to pit now onto the soft tyres, and we're sort of just going to go aggressive. Obviously, you know, we've got nothing to lose. We're going to catch up to the back of the safety car anyway. So in for our pit stop now, and a 2.3 stop, a very good stop there for the JJ Master Racing Team mechanics, so I'll definitely take that. But yeah, a safety car in our first Grand Prix of this season. Crazy.
Car in this lap.
But nevertheless, we are P18 just behind Charles Leclerc. I think a few of the guys ahead of us have pitted, so I think Verstappen, Ricciardo, Leclerc, I can all see there. And the safety car is coming in at the end of this lap, so it'll be the start of lap 7 as we get going now. I was hesitated a little bit there. It went, we sort of all accelerated, went back to yellow and then went to green again. But we're right on the back of Charles Leclerc here, as I think we're the only person here on the soft tyres. We go for a massive dive bomb on about 4 cars there, and now we're up into P14, going side by side with Vettel. But what a restart we had there, ahead of some massively fast cars, as Vettel now trying to drag race me up into turn 4, sorry. But unfortunately for him, we managed to keep the position, and now we are right on the back of Latifi for P13, and we fly past him. So making really, really good progress here in this Grand Prix. Norris and Schumacher here going side by side. Don't think Schumacher's pitted yet. So his strategy is sort of massively out the window now. The guys who haven't pitted at the moment, sort of in the backmarker teams, are definitely going to be screwed for the end, well, the majority of this Grand Prix, unless we get another safety car, of course. But just on the back of Mick Schumacher here, didn't want to be stuck behind him too much, as lap 8 was still on the back of him, but finally managed to get past him. Lost a lot of time, well, not massively amount of time, but a little bit of time to the cars ahead. And once again here we got some more crazy battling with Norris and Giovinazzi. I think Perez got past him as well, going down to the final corner. And now it's our turn, lining up Giovinazzi into turn 4, round the outside, and making it work once again. These soft tyres doing absolute wonders for us at the moment, so I thought going on the aggressive strategy would be the good idea, as we've now got, I think, Bottas in the pits as well. And we've got 3 abreast here into turn 1. I think Perez and Raikkonen made a little contact there. The AI are much more realistic this season as well. I think you'll notice that. Obviously, you saw with Stroll sort of parked up on the inside there, and then Raikkonen, I think he had a little bit of front wing damage to the left-hand side on the sort of on the outside of turn 1, and going around the outside of Raikkonen ever so slightly. Well, yeah, nearly didn't make it work, but once again, turn 4 being a very optimistic corner for us, and here we are at the end of lap 10, catching up to the back of Sergio Perez in a Red Bull. I couldn't believe this when this was happening. I'm running very low on ERS at the moment though, but we've got DRS, we've got overtake fully open here, and we are about to overtake a Red Bull in our first race in my team. Unbelievable. 8th place at the moment, and Norris and Ocon really holding each other up here, so that gives me the opportunity to try and sneak up on these guys, but unfortunately nothing doing there. Norris trying to go around the outside of Ocon here once again, so this race absolutely action-packed, but unfortunately we lost touch with those guys slightly. I think the tyre wear slightly starting to kick in now, and Perez unfortunately is catching up to the back of me. Here once again he goes round the outside there of the very, very fast right-hander. I lock up, and yeah, Perez just does the under and over on me, and unfortunately got back past me. Tried to give him a little bit of a fight back, but unfortunately nothing really doing there. He managed to get back past me. So yeah, finding once again though, not giving up the position, and we actually managed to stay ahead of him, and now we are catching up to the back of Esteban Ocon once again. So I thought the tyres were dropping off, but we're only around 30%. I think it's sort of 40 and over, they start to sort of really drop off. And once again here we are right on the back of our teammate and Esteban Ocon once again, fighting for P6 this is. And unfortunately not quite able to make a move here, but Ocon trying to go around the outside of my teammate Dan Ticktum. Ocon's trying to find him back. Dan's a little bit hesitant there, but I managed to get past my teammate. Then I dart to the inside of Esteban Ocon, and we are up into P6 in our very, very first Grand Prix. So we are looking really, really, really good here for some points. Ocon still trying to fight me here through the shorter chicane there. But unfortunately nothing doing for him, and our pit window has just opened as well, so we're coming to the end now of lap 15 into the pits for another set of medium tyres. But yeah, we had a right good go there. Some of the big teams there, our pace was really, really good. and I definitely feel like that strategy really helped us. But now we've got to put on a fresh set of mediums, so we're going to be a lot faster than obviously the guys around us. So the guys, especially the guys on the hard compound tyres. So yeah, so this is sort of the sprint now to the finish, as we are once again behind Esteban Ocon. I feel like we've been glued to him the entire Grand Prix. But we've got some very, very fast cars behind us. As you can see, Daniel Ricciardo here going for a move up the inside. Didn't even need a second invitation there. And that sort of put me off because I didn't know where Verstappen was. Verstappen now right behind me as well. And, well, this is 10th place now. This is the final points paying position. So I wanted to defend this for my life. But I knew it was going to be very, very difficult with Ricciardo and Verstappen, but we've got DRS here. We've saved up a little bit of ERS once again as well, and now we're going to try and fight Ricciardo once again round the outside. We've got a few people coming out of the pit lane as well. That sort of put me off with my braking zone. I thought Ricciardo was going to turn across me there, and that's put me back up into P9 for the moment. Now getting back past Ricciardo, that puts us in 8th place, but unfortunately Bottas was on the soft tyres as well, and then he's just pitted. And he's now tagged me, and he's spun out of the Grand Prix. So I'm very disappointed there. Did not mean to do that, but yeah, Bottas went up the inside, and I just wanted to check if I had any damage on the side pod, and I didn't, luckily. So that was good. Now coming to the end of lap 18, I was absolutely defending for my life, and I knew it was sort of only a matter of time before something was going to happen, so I didn't want to be too aggressive here. So Verstappen getting past there, it was very, very slow on the exit. I was very lucky not to lose my front wing there, so Verstappen got me, and now Charles Leclerc, Bottas, all coming very, very quickly. Once again, I've drained my ERS battery, and these guys have got DRS on me as well, so I was just a sitting duck at this point, unfortunately. And here at the start of lap 22, Bottas just says see you later, and unfortunately we are now out of the points, but I didn't give up. I sort of saved my ERS battery as much as I could, so we've now got Stroll and Perez trying to catch up onto the back of me here as well, and now Stroll trying to go down the outside there, and didn't quite make the move. But once again, lap 29, this is the final lap of the Grand Prix. Stroll once again tries for the move, and not quite coming to him there either. But Lewis Hamilton wins the Grand Prix. Stroll unfortunately wasn't able to get past me, but we take P12 in our very first race for JJ Master Racing.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was. And, talk to me, what do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance. And that's exactly what happened today.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
And there we go. What a first Grand Prix that was. Lewis Hamilton taking out the top step of the podium. And for us, like I said, P12 from P17. And we had some brilliant battles. The car felt really, really nice. So yeah, very, very happy. Dan Ticktum as well, finishing in P15, which I'm very happy about. So yeah, very, very good job. George Russell and Carlos Sainz both DNFing as well. But yeah, I don't think that could have gone any better, really. For the standings, obviously, it will finish as we started, but we finish in P8 for the constructors, which isn't too bad. Very happy, like I said, with the first performance, and obviously we're only going to get stronger. So, you know, we need to ask as much as we can from the team to make this car
exciting race from our perspective.
better, pretty much. So now having an interview with the press. So this is where you can basically sort of boost your acclaim, but some of the things you say as well won't be good, but you can also sort of praise some of the parts of your car as well, so like the power unit and stuff, like I complimented there. So yeah, so that's our first race of career mode. I hope you have enjoyed it. I know I certainly have. But yeah, once again, this is the team acclaim. So this is basically our overall acclaim at the top, and then our individual acclaims at the bottom. So I'm currently sitting on 2 acclaim, and then this is our cash from after the Grand Prix. I picked up 12k loss on my side, so we only got about 800k, I think it was, or 80k.
The personnel department has asked us to deal with this. We have a couple of options here. Take your time. What you decide to do will have consequences.
Okay, so we've got a sort of like an event now. So this is new for the game. So we can now decide if we want more awareness or pace for Dan.
Thanks.
And I decided to go with awareness.
I appreciate you taking the time to help out.
So there we go, guys. That is episode 1 of Career Mode, my team. Like I said, I hope you have enjoyed it. Just going through some of the activities again for the team. Just trying to do as much as we can, really. Sort of doing a second driver promotion and a durability promotion and all that. Now advancing time, so all of those things will apply to the car and the team, depending on what we've done. And yeah, we'll obviously try to invest some more on the facility side as well, as that's an important part of this career mode as well. And here, just wanted to do a few more upgrades as well just before we headed into the next Grand Prix. So I wanted to do a downforce upgrade, which will be in time for the Monaco Grand Prix. 40% chance of failing, which I hope that doesn't happen. So that's basically what the facilities are for. So we're going to have to work on them as well as upgrading the car. But like I said, guys, if you have enjoyed this episode of My Team Career Mode, please do give it a thumbs up. Let me know how I can improve. Obviously, this is my first time sort of doing this. So yeah, just give us a thumbs up, and if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you are new as well, so you never miss out on any F1 videos. And yeah, I will see you all again in the next one, guys. Take care.